Hi guys, I thought I'd just pop in and do just a couple of minutes explanation of what shame is. I think particularly for teenagers right now who are struggling with the lack of social connection and the lack of social life, they can very easily go into a place of shame, particularly if there's been any past trauma where shame might be lurking in their subconscious. So I just wanted to read a couple of definitions of shame from my book on introducing it. When shame is experienced, it functions as an urgent signal that danger is here. The danger of rejection, failure, exposure, and abandonment. It is an experience rooted in interpersonal relationships. It threatens the very basic human experience of being alive and needing to belong, be loved, and accepted. Shame sits in the subconscious. It's not a cognitive, intelligent, rational thing. It's an experience which is an embodied experience. So it's an emotion, but it's also felt in our body. And so you have the flushed cheeks, you have the lack of eye contact, you have the hunched shoulders. Very often with shame, the person wants to be invisible and be like wallpaper or hide, or they are very defensive and push people away. But at the root of shame is that sense of there's something wrong with me. What's wrong with me? And it can lurk from various different settings, from homes where they're very perfection driven, from abuse, secrets, things like that, from neglect where their needs aren't met, all sorts of different settings, lots of school settings where children are marked on, they're either on rain clouds or sunshine, and the sunshine is the kids that are doing great, and the rain clouds are where the kids aren't doing so great. A lot of children can end up thinking, well, what's wrong with me? I've tried my best. I don't know how to get onto the sunshine. There's lots and lots of different settings that can cause shame. Very big difference from guilt. Guilt is I've done something bad. I've done something wrong. Shame is there's something wrong with me. I am fundamentally wrong, that I'm a mistake, that there's something wrong with me. And if someone gets to know me, they might find that badness about me and then they'll reject me. So with these young people, particularly who are isolating, they're not hanging out with friends, they're doing a lot of social media stuff, a lot of stuff online. It's very easy for them to spend a lot of time looking at other people's lives and other people's Instagrams and feeling very bad about themselves, that they don't match up, that they don't hit the goal, that there's a failure about them. It can trigger feelings of shame that might be there from very early experiences or from school experiences or different negative experiences in their life. And so we need to be careful, because when young people or children are triggered into a shame place, it's a very dark space. It often is coupled with self-hatred, which can obviously lead to some really difficult experiences like self-harm and other things like that. And so, in a nutshell, how can we help somebody if they're in a shame cycle? Really, a quick version is empathy, without doubt, is the main thing. Emotional connection, relationship, being able to expose shame for what it is. And I personally think modeling it's the best. So being able to say, oh my goodness, I just fell over up that step. I felt so silly about myself. Felt very awkward. I think I might have even blushed a bit. When we talk about it, we're giving language for children and young people to be able to explore their feelings around shame. And as soon as we can begin to talk about it in the context of a safe, emotionally safe relationship, where the adult is warm and consistent and predictable and nurturing and kind and able to listen well with both body language, eye contact, and a vibe, then the young people can begin to explore their feelings. And once they begin to explore it, they can see how illogical sometimes it is. And when the light is shone on it, it doesn't survive very long. Shame, in a nutshell. There's an online course that you can now do on my training online websites coming up in the next week. But I think it's an incredibly important emotion and experience that we need to talk about in these times. Thanks, guys.